What's up YouTube? Jerry from TechSpec here doing a review on Transformers Prime First Edition Terrorcon Cliffjumper. Now for those of us that are Transformer fans, of course the first editions were released not too long ago, then they got delayed or cancelled, and now obviously again they are back in release. I just picked this up a few days ago at my job. We just got a decent shipment, and of course Toys R Us around this time of year tends to do pretty well with their truck shipments and the stuff we get in. So I snagged this bad boy up the minute I saw him. I wish we had Optimus Prime in the original Cliffjumper, but all I had was just the Terrorcon one. So I'm going to go ahead and just get right into this. So let me try to zoom in here, get a little clear as best I can. So as you can see, it really does stay true accurate to the one on the TV show. As the thing I want to point out is the first edition series figures, they are transformation accurate to the show, legitimately. You see the feet and the way it changes and the way the body's done. I mean, for those of us that have seen like the deluxe version Cliffjumper, the way the doors turn into the arms, it's like the ultimate cheat right there. But this one stays true to it, like legitimately. Like you can see the hands here, and you can see, I'll try to lift that up. That's where the blasters are. That turns into the, well, as Cliffjumper likes to say in the show, the horns. And then on the head we got the missing horn, and then the Terrorcon face, and obviously all the purple scratches, or the dings from the Dark Energon. Go ahead and flip this guy around. And on the back here, more dings, and then obviously, I'm not sure if the deluxe Cliffjumper did this one, but I can kind of live with this. It doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, given the fact that the horns end up turning right back here, and then on his head there's a broken one, but I can live with that, honestly, just because of the transformation and everything on this, and the detailing is just really nice. I'll go ahead and show you how the hands transform. So to turn the hands, so to get the hand back, what we have to do is just open up this little compartment here. A little tricky. Open that up. And then the way this works, there's the hand. Just do pop that down and back up. And then obviously, of course, if you want the horns, you got them. And I'm going to go ahead and try to transform this for you guys, so let's try to get this done. So what we're first going to do is to unpop these from back here, the two headlights. I'm trying to turn this sideways so that way it's a little better. There we go. So what we're going to do is now unclip this, pop this out from the back, and now the body here, actually I'm going to try and put this up, I'm sorry, this is just a really weird camera I'm working with today. So now the body, we just do a 360 swivel, so then that melds into there. And now the head will just tilt back, like so. Pop that piece into there, like that. Now to transform the legs, the way this transformation works is, it's kind of interesting, but let me see. Yeah, the legs are a little bit of a challenge. This, in order to get these to stick in back first, to prop these guys, just right into there like that, and then there's two pieces back here that hold the headlights into place, like so. Let me go ahead and try to transform the legs. Now for the legs, it's kind of tricky at times, but the way they do the transformation, even though this is complicated, it's very good, and it helps, you know, make the figure look show accurate. So let me go ahead and just have to pop this out just a little bit, and then just swivel him around back into the upper portion here. So he slides in there. Lift up that little piece of glass there, because that's part of the window. Leave that folded out. Then we just do the same thing for the other leg. For the window, fold that back into there. Now back here. Now, Rest that down, rest that there. And the way this works, this is where it gets tricky kind of, because sometimes I've seen people do the videos and they get stuck on this part and they just normally skip ahead, fast forward. I don't have that kind of software or technology yet, but I'm working on it. But the way this works is this joint right here bends out like that, and then you can just, it's like that kind of. It's tricky and it's hard sometimes to get it like that, but that's the key part of it. Sometimes you have to get the black, it's a double jointed part here, this little black part where the knee is, for it to swivel in like that. You have to get it. It's really hard sometimes, but once you've transformed this thing like at least a good 10 or 30 times like I have, just trying to master it, it becomes a walk in the park basically. Just go ahead and do that again, then just turn it back, pop the legs in. One thing I will say is when you're trying to get them in the pegs, it is a bit of a challenge at times because they don't like to go in. But sometimes you just have to, put a little elbow grease into it or apply pressure. Now the back here, the shoulders. Now the way this works is you have to transform the hands back out and the gun can withdraw. Now the way this works, you have to actually keep this part open, the hand. This is really complicated, so this part pegs into here. Like so. Now this part, now the hands and everything, they go down and around. You have to swivel it first though, do a 360. So now there's this little piece right here. You have to put the door in between these two little peg slots here that you can kind of see. Like that. Get them in there like so. And now you just pull this part down. And then there's the first one. Now let me go ahead and do the second one. And again, just make sure that these two pieces here, see there's like a separator, make sure the door goes in between, like that. Now for those of you that are, if this is your first time watching my videos, I don't just do electronic stuff, I do Transformers and video game collector stuff as well. And then of course, there we go. Terrorcon Cliffjumper in vehicle mode. Obviously the form he's taken is of a Dodge Challenger. Pretty beefy looking one too. And that's Terrorcon Cliffjumper. And then before I go ahead and change him back into robot mode, for those of us that are, if you're just watching this, like if this is your first time watching my video, I don't just do electronic stuff. I do video game stuff, I do, obviously my heart and primary is electronics, but I do Transformer collectibles, I do video games, spin-off stuff, pretty much all that kind of stuff. I am a nerd at heart, so don't let the fashion fool you, I am a nerd, really. But pretty much that's Terrorcon Cliffjumper, so let's go ahead and get ready to change him back. Let me do this. So now, I'm going to pop them all open, take the doors out first. Now as you can see, they're still swiveled out, so what you do is you just take this and go, make it straight, fold the glass back up, pull the foot out kind of. There's that. And there's the first leg. There's the second leg, and now we have the legs and the base done, and this is the part where the chest piece will clip into. Undo this, undo that, slide these two pieces back up, let them separate, and of course this part here, this midsection is a 360, so we just swivel that around. let the piece clip in here to separate the chest. It is kind of hard when you're trying to get make it separate these out the arms. I'll focus on those later. But if you'll notice in the show, when he transforms into vehicle mode, there's like a gap here, which kind of looks like his pecs. So it's a bit of a challenge to try to get that to look accurate sometimes. Normally, just try the best you can, then you just get that little piece to peg in there to separate them. And then, of course, we just pop the head up, and then we just remove these two pieces back here. Let those two go down. Pop the back here. Let that peg into there. Okay. And then we'll just pop the headlights in. And then we have ourselves one Terrorcon Cliffjumper. And then, of course, obviously, if you want to give him, or I should say in this case, if you mess with Cliffjumper and you get him upset, well, you want the horns? You got him. And that's the only thing I like about this figure, that it's honest transformation that stays true to the show. With that little thing right there. So that's my video review for Terrorcon Cliffjumper. If there's anything I didn't cover you guys want me to cover, just let me know. Leave a comment down, subscribe, like, everything. I will read these, and if there's anything I didn't cover that you want to see, I will be more than willing to do a video for you. And at some point I am going to try to do a video for that Thundercracker masterpiece I have up there. Right now I do have the Optimus Prime on layaway. I'm working on getting that. So, and of course I'm getting ready to dedicate some time to my newly purchased investment. So once again, YouTube, this is Jerry from TechSpec, and until my next video, I'll see you guys later.